Hi everyone, welcome to my latest video review. This is on the 5-pack Lightning Psycho Ranger figures. I do apologize how the box is showing, especially on pink and blue. My light is kind of reflecting off it, but it's fine. I'm gonna first show you the box, and then I'll show you the figures, and we'll go from there. So this is what the box looks like. Let me just tilt it a bit. So it has a very nice, it looks like an animation of all 5 cycles. They look really nice. And then on the back here, oops, it's upside down actually, we have the Power Rangers in Space logo on the far right. And then we have all 5 cycles doing like a pose with their weapons. And it just has some various stuff there. So how this box works is the top part is the lid. So let me remove this so I can show you guys. And all the figures, they come in this plastic here. And if you guys are familiar with the Lightning figures, they're figures that were released by Hasbro, where they're revisiting all the previous Rangers and giving us like quality figures. And with the Psycho Ranger pack, only 3 Rangers got effect pieces. It was red, pink, and yellow. And my guess to that is because maybe the effect pieces are interchangeable between the Rangers. I'm not too sure. I actually googled it to see a picture of the box because I couldn't remember. I got these figures a few months back, so I wasn't sure. Maybe I was wrong, but so it did confirm that just yellow, red and pink came with effect pieces. So that's the box there. So I'm gonna show you guys the figures. So I do have Psycho Green there. He's not actually part of the 5-pack. You have to get him separately, either from Hasbro or Hasbro Pulse, or I don't know if Amazon sells them, but I'm not too sure how this figure works. I feel like this figure is a Hasbro exclusive, plus exclusive. Yeah, so let me get started here. I'm actually gonna go from green onwards. I know it's not part of the 5-pack, but I'm gonna include him anyways. This is Psycho Green. I don't know his backstory or anything. Like, I don't read the Boom comics, but that's where he's from. Honestly, I'm a big I really love his weapon. I was gonna say a big suck, but I really love his weapon here. It looks really cool. It looks like it could do a lot of damage. This is what the Psycho Green looks like. I don't know what you guys thought of the Psycho Ranger Lightning figures, but for me, I always thought the helmet kind of looked like it was squashed in from the top. There was something about it that I didn't really care about, but still they look cool. And this is what he looks like on the back here. I feel like they did a good job with the painting. I'm quickly going to show you the articulation. So it's pretty much the same throughout for all the figures. I'll show you one male and one female articulation. So you can move their hand up and down. You can't really do too much. So from the side, from side to side, it doesn't go up too much. That's all it can do. And you can kind of rotate the arm. With the elbow, you can move it up and down. And the glove, you can also kind of like move it around 360. The chest also had articulation where you can move it down or up. The head too, you can kind of move it. You can also move it up and down too, but not too much. Sorry, I'm kind of going out of focus there. That's it. And then from the leg, move it side to side. Again, I don't know if it's just for the Psycho Rangers, but you can't move it side to side too much. That's all you can do. And from the knee, you can move it down and up. And there is like a 360 like movement there. And on the boot here, you can't really move the boot too much, only like from side to side a little bit. All this articulation makes it really good because you can actually do amazing poses with these figures. So that's Psycho Green. I'll put his weapon back on. Now Psycho Yellow. This is what her weapon looks like. It's not too detailed, it just is black all around and just silver detailing. And this is what yellow looks like. One thing I didn't really care about the female Psychos is that they used the same helmet as the guys. They have a small body and a big head. But it's not too noticeable, thankfully. And I like the yellow that they use. It's not too light and not too dark, so it's perfect. The head, you can kind of move it. You can actually move it a lot more than the Psycho males. Arm up and down again, not too. You can't really. Sorry, I keep saying up and down. I mean to say side to side, but not too much there. And the arm, you can move it up and down. Then elbow too, you can go. Let me see. Trying to fit. Okay, there we go. So you can move it up and down, and there's also a ball joint there. So they have kind of two here. The females, they have one here, the ball joint. Sorry, and then another one here. And their glove too can kind of like move around. They also have that chest articulation going on, like you move it up or down. For the leg, you can move it side to side. It actually goes a little bit more than the males. And you kind of move it 360 the boot. And even their leg from up here can also move. It's a little bit stiff because I haven't really played around with these figures. I just display them. And also their boot, same kind of articulation. And that's yellow there. I'm gonna put the weapon back on. The thing about yellow's weapon is the handle. Let me see if I can show it to you guys properly. It's a little bit too thin, so it kind of falls off the hand sometimes. And what I like about the Psycho Ranger weapons is that they look like a variation of the Space Ranger's main weapons. And this is red here. Now red was also released individually along with blue. That's what he looks like, and let me show you the weapon. Actually, sorry, red wasn't released individually. He actually came with a 2-pack with the red Lost Galaxy Ranger. Yeah, so and then the 2-pack came. I know a lot of people were not happy because because they had already had blue and red, and they didn't know, like, they didn't want 2 extra figures, so they were not happy with that. This is what the weapon looks like. They give it a nice touch here. They started off with black and the end is like silver, so it looks pretty cool. And we have some red detailing right here. That's what the handle looks like. And here's the figure. With Hasbro, the figures are kind of a hit or a miss. Like my Red Ranger here, or Red Psycho Ranger, they missed a little bit of black paint there, so it kind of looks weird. Which I don't mind, because I do have so many of the 2-packs, so I can easily use one of those Red Rangers. I'm just going to put this Red Ranger back, and I'm going to show you the rest of the figures. One thing I like about the Hasbro figures, these lightning figures, you can fit the weapons really nicely onto their hand. Because I know some figures, it's like a mission to get it on there. And this is the Black Ranger. And he came with this weapon here. And the end is also colored silver. It's pretty cool. Psycho Black is kind of the most boring like Psycho Rangers of them all, because he's like black all over. Doesn't have too many details going on there. Which I'm surprised, because normally in Sentai, like a Ranger's suit where they have the same accents, they do a variation for either the Black Ranger or the Yellow Ranger. Like sometimes they would have like gold detailing to make it stand out more. Like Turbo Ranger, and I mean the Sentai, not Power Rangers Turbo. Like Yellow Ranger had like black accents instead of yellow, because the entire team had like yellow accents instead, so just that it doesn't clash. But for some reason they didn't do that with it would be Nanji Black. He looks exactly the same with all black around. Still a decent figure, not too bad. Just gonna put this weapon back on and I'll show you blue and then finally pink. Some of these long weapons, they stick out too much and it's hard to put them back. There we go. And here's blue. I really like the blue that they used. It makes the figure stand out nicely. It's not too dull, not too dark. Bandai usually used like darker blues, especially in the early 90s. And that's not something I cared about. And he has this axe weapon, which looks very nice. And finally pink. And pink and yellow were actually a treat, because Bandai never finished their Psycho Ranger team. They skipped out on yellow and pink, so this is the first time we got actual like official pink and yellow Psycho Rangers. I mean, she looks very nice. Like the pink is a really nice shade, and this is her bow-like weapon. And next, I'll show you guys the effect pieces. Yeah, these lightning figures, like the legacy figures, they don't stand sometimes. I do apologize for that. So Red Ranger came with this effect piece. Let me see if we can put it on there. I'm guessing it's supposed to look like that, where the weapon's all fired up. And Yellow Ranger came with this effect piece. I'm not too sure how that's supposed to work. I don't know if it's supposed to go like this on the top, but I'm guessing it, with the way it's positioned, I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to go. I'm not too sure. Green Ranger came with the same effect piece, but it was green. It wasn't yellow. Unfortunately, I do not have the effect piece to show you. A funny story, I actually had them stored on my computer table, and my cat got into it, and he loves the effect pieces, and he just like took them and he lost them. So I only have some of the effect pieces left. I do apologize for that. I don't have Pink's effect piece, but I do have the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger's effect piece. So Pink's effect piece looked very similar. It was a little bit longer and thinner, and it was a darker pink. It kind of looked like this. So those were the effect pieces. And then the Rangers did come with 2 other accessories. came with this hand here, which shows like it's emitting power. Let me show it to you close up. And the next, they have this other attachment where it's like a fist, a balled up fist. Sorry, but I'm not sure why the camera is not zooming in. There we go, kind of. And Green Ranger also came with the same accessories. The last Psycho Ranger to be released is silver. There are talks that there might be a silver space and a Psycho Silver 2-pack. I'm not too sure on that. And those are the Psycho Rangers. I do want to show you really quickly. We did get sorry about that, just removing all this junk on the box here. With individual blue Psycho Ranger, we did get like an effect piece. So the effect piece is pretty much the same as this. That's why I'm guessing that because some of them were interchangeable, that's why they didn't give all 5 Rangers effect pieces. So that's my review on that, and I do want to show you guys something really interesting. So I do have the Psycho Rangers that were released from Bandai, and also custom ones that I got done. So let me show you. So here's the Red Ranger. He was so not Red Ranger, Red Psycho Ranger. He was actually an official release. That's what he looks like, and I'll show you the 2 different colors together. Here's red and red. I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I really prefer the Bandai's helmet because they actually look like the Psycho Rangers from the show. While these ones, the heads are a little bit oversized and they look awkward. This is what they look like together. And I'll compare the weapons and I'll show it to you guys. And I feel like the lightning figures were a little bit bulky. Oops. Oops, sorry about that, so it fell off. That's the lightning, and this is Bandai's. I prefer the lightning because there's a lot more detailing going on. And like this extra feature on the handle there. Not feature, like the detailing there. It's simple, but it's pretty cool. And it's a lot bigger than the Legacy weapon. And here's Black Ranger, or Psycho Black. He pretty much has the same weapon as the lightning figure. So let me show you a comparison of their weapons. I do apologize, the Legacy one is a little bit bent, but this is what it looks like. They're pretty much the same length. And the Bandai one is a bit more opened up here, but this one is closed up, the ends here. And also here, it's solid, while this one's opened up, the details. And this one, the handle is a little bit more thinner. I don't know if you guys can tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell on camera. And this is blue. For articulation and everything, I'm not going to show that in this video for the Legacy figures. I'll do a separate video showing you guys. So this is Blue's weapon. And if you are to compare, This is Bandai's weapon, and this is Hasbro's. I prefer Hasbro's because the axis is a little bit more fatter and there's more detail going on. But this one, it's a little bit more thinner, the blades here. And I'll show you a side-by-side comparison. So the Bandai's blue was lighter, and Lightning Figures, it was darker. And let me see, I should have the other figures as well. So here's the Green Legacy figure. This is the official one. The official one that was released by Bandai. I think it was only a con exclusive. Green Psycho Ranger. So I'll show you guys a comparison. I really love the green they used on the Psycho Ranger for Legacy. It was like a metallic green and really brought out the figure. And this is a side-by-side comparison. So as you can tell, the Lightning Figure's green is lighter. This one is more metallic. And I'll do a comparison of their weapons. So this is Legacy's weapon. It's more bulkier than the Lightning weapon. To be honest, I like both. But if I had to choose, I would choose Lightning because the blade is thinner and it looks like it could do more damage. And then finally, I don't know where my figures disappeared off to. I don't know if my cat got into them. I do have Psycho Silver. Oh, here. I was actually sitting on it, my bad. So Psycho Silver, this is the figure that's yet to be released. But this was released by Bandai. I don't know if he was a exclusive figure, but this is what he looks like. And I'll show you his weapon. What I really like is this weapon looks a lot like the Super Silverizer. Oops, I'm going out of focus there when I'm putting the figure, so let me put him here. Oh, let me actually fix this leg. And then I have two custom figures that someone made for me. So these are pretty much the guys, just painted yellow and pink. Here's, and whoever did this for me did an amazing job. And this is Design in Case's weapon. I'll do a comparison with the official Lightning figure weapon. This one is actually bigger because of the Legacy figures being bigger. So the Lightning weapon is a little bit smaller. And finally, Pink Ranger, or Psycho Pink. This is what she looks like. I really like the pink that he used for this custom figure. It's a really nice pink. And I'll show you a comparison with the pink Psycho Ranger. I prefer both pinks. They both look nice. Again, this one looks more bulkier because yellow and pink. were actually painted on guy Psycho Ranger figures because we never actually got the female ones. So let me try to put her over here. And there we go. So those are Bandai's legacy figures, so all 7 Psycho Rangers. And let me try to put these side by side so you guys can kind of see them. That's the one thing with these figures, when they have like so much articulation, when it comes to standing, it just is not like standing properly. Let me try to get this one to stand. I just want to show you guys all the figures side by side. And eventually I will do an individual review of the Legacy Psycho Rangers. Oops. The only reason I brought them in this video is so I can show you guys a brief comparison, or yeah, let me see if I can get this one to stand. There we go. As you can tell, because they're 6 inches, the Legacy figures are actually considerably taller. But again, my love goes for the Legacy figures helmets. They look much more show accurate than the Lightning figures. There's always one figure that does not like to stand properly. See? And then finally green. Let me see if this guy will stand. Okay. As awkward as that is, he will stand. It's like he's about to fall over. So those are the Psycho Rangers there. And as for the 5-pack, it's a little bit pricey, like $130 to $150 US. But if you are a Canadian, like it will cost you a bit more because US converted to Canadian. I don't think you can find this pack in Canada. At least I haven't come across it either on EB Games, Toys R Us, or Walmart. So you would have to either do Amazon, eBay. I don't think Hasbro Pulse carries these. I don't know if I think it's only Amazon or eBay, because if I remember correctly, these were Amazon exclusives. But I could be wrong. Like, I don't quote me on that. But that is my review. And for the green Psycho Ranger, he is $19.99 US on the Hasbro Pulse website. So unfortunately, if you are a non-US resident, there are like other fees that kind of write this figure up. And yeah, so that is my review. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to ask. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you guys like my review, please subscribe. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Which helmet sculpt did you guys like the best? The Legacy figures or the Lightning figures? So yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. So thank you and have a great day.